I don't know when you last noticed, but there's been this relatively new phenomenon growing slowly but surely in prevalence around the world. Back in the day, you used to only see it in hardcore gamers or genetically unfortunate people. Today, I'm talking about the 21st century neck. Well, it doesn't particularly come as a surprise because more and more of us spend a good chunk of our day either behind a desk, looking at a screen, crunched over, or we have our phones in our hands and just looking down. Turns out that this type of behavior leads to something that the scientists call forward head posture, meaning your head rests further out than it's supposed to sit naturally. Turns out that this forward head posture leads to a change in the curvatures of the spine around your neck. That part of the spine is called the cervical spine, and it has two curvatures, at the lower part and at the upper part. And these changes in the curvatures cause the muscles on the front of the neck to not work as hard and become weak, and the muscles on the back of the neck become overactivated, tight and shortened. For this reason, forward head posture is the leading cause for migraines, rounded shoulders, and weakness and tingling in the arms and the hands. So I just wanted to make a quick video about how we could tackle this. So let's go over the basics. Well, it doesn't come as a surprise that what could help is strengthening the neck and having better posture. That's common sense, but I'm going to walk you through simple tips and tricks and exercises that don't particularly take that much time that you could do over time and fix this issue. To help with posture and alignment of the spine from all the way at the top to the bottom, there is this exercise that I'd like to call neck plank. I first came across this exercise through Graham Tuttle, the Barefoot sprinter, on Mark Bell's YouTube channel, and I'm going to walk you through how this would work. So all you need is practically a wall. So go and stand up flush against the wall with your back of your neck, your shoulders and your hips touching the wall. Now walk your heels around 30 centimeters or 12 inches for the people in America away from the wall. Now shift all your weight onto your heels, so lift your toes up, and after you've done so, extend your hips. When you extend your hips, it automatically causes the weight to be transferred to the back of your skull, and you want to try and keep a flat line from the top of your skull to your hips, and you just want to keep that. You feel a contraction going all the way down your spine and the extensor muscles. That's exactly what you want. This forces the muscles in the back of the spine to work, and this work causes the vertebra, the individual pieces of your spine, to over time move back into their natural position. So you want to do this and hold it for 10 to 15 seconds and do it for several reps. You can choose how many reps you want to do depending on how easy or how hard it is. To progress through this, all you have to do is to walk your feet further away from the wall, and it will automatically make it harder. I will leave a link below for the original Barefoot Sprinter video because he has another progression after this. The other exercise is to actually strengthen the muscles in the front of your neck, which we already discussed that they become weak with the forward head posture. So this one is called the Mackenzie Chin Tuck. And for you to do this exercise, all you need again is a wall. So again, you want to go stand flush against the wall in the exact same way you did for the neck plank. Separate your feet just a little bit so they're not touching. And when you're standing flush against the wall, you'll notice that the bumpy part of the back of your head is touching the wall. In that touching point, you want to imagine that there's a paper there, a flat piece of paper. And your goal for this exercise is to tuck your chin inwards and push the paper up the wall. That's the goal. A cue that works for me is to imagine that there's a string attached to the top of my head, and that when I am tucking my chin, that string is pulling my head and extending my head upwards. I don't know if that makes sense. I really hope it does, but that works for me. It might help you as well. Another trick is something that I've actually come up with myself, and it has got to do with how I hold my phone. So this is how it goes. Most people, when they're texting or scrolling their phone, they're just doing this, holding their phone at the bottom and have their heads looking down. What I like to do is rest my non-dominant arm in a flat way, just where my stomach starts, and then put my elbow and rest it on top of that arm. This way, the phone rests very close to eye level, so I don't have to actually look down. And I mean, most stuff you can do with one-handed, so this comes through clutch a fair amount. And also, on another obvious note, it also always helps to have conscious effort put into the fact that you monitor your posture, and whenever you feel like you're rounding your shoulders and you're hunching downwards, just cue it to yourself, I'm gonna fix it now, this one time. And every time you notice that you're in a bad posture, just try and fix it. I know it's inevitable, we all end up in that hunched up position at some point. It might be 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, we all end up there. But the thing that helps is the conscious, consistent effort of correcting it. And in my experience, the more you correct your posture, the more likely you are to have good posture, or at least the intervals of you having to correct your posture becoming longer and longer and longer. And this conscious effort actually is how I dealt with getting rid of this nasty habit of biting my nails. But that's a topic for another video. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in content like this, here's more. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Bye bye.